All right. Nah, wasn't that
bad. Every week it's trash.
Every week we say it's trash. Last week was one of the like
every week
funnier
we're
episode.
Right.
Yeah. See, it's all in the editing. Like, you know, it's all like putting it together, getting the cadences right, getting the tempo.
I think the problem is we didn't tangent enough.
Yeah, probably. And maybe I'm thinking like we should have done How to Learn Japanese #2 like later on. Like maybe 2 weeks in a row is too much because it was very similar content. I mean, basically it's all similar content because we're just shit posting about manga, you know, and Digimon, that type of thing.
Yeah, good thing we at least mentioned it in the beginning.
Yeah,
that counted for this episode.
You know, I have a feeling like the passengers aren't even gonna understand the Digimon jokes because we only talked about Digimon in like the episodes where we were practicing recording.
Not true. Go back and listen to like the first couple episodes.
And we talked about it. Yeah, but really not enough. It was funny those first couple episodes because we had talked about it every episode. We did like 6 episodes before we
That's
even
why I wanted to bring it
back. Because it was funny, but it's only funny to us. But I guess this whole podcast is only funny.
This podcast is for me.
It's mine.
Not even for us.
That's why it's
for
like
me.
That's why we were saying like you said something like, "Oh, that's a really deep cut meme."
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was, but it's like it's like that's kind of what I like about it. Like we're listening to other mangas and it's like they have really like deep cut
podcasts.
Like, yeah, well, it's like they have their own
mangas. I don't listen to mangas.
You know, when I'm listening to it's a synesthesia type deal where I can listen to words.
Visual ASMR.
But it's like they have like such like in-group memes that you have to listen to like hours and hours, and so it's like I feel like we can really build a bond with all of our 5 subscribers on
YouTube. I mean, the fewer you have, the more tight-knit a group you are.
So I like to think that all 9 of us on the YouTube are best friends. It's like we're all hanging out here. Like their mics aren't working, but they're here in spirit with us. You know, everybody else. Yeah,
sure. I mean, it's a friend simulator, and even when I listen to it, like on my own, it's a friend simulator still.
Yeah, I've unironically started listening to it at the gym. I listened to last week's at the gym. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I listened to it at work, and I listen to a lot of podcasts at work, and some of which are funny, but this is the only one that makes me close to laugh.
It's even worse. It's like if someone were to ask, it's like, "Oh, what are you laughing about?" It's like, "Oh, it's a podcast."
My own jokes.
every podcast that you would offer, it'd be like it's not funny to them. But what's even less funny is laughing at your own jokes on your own podcast at work. It's like,
and it's true. I mostly laugh at my own jokes rather than yours. Because I predict them. Like,
yeah, you're like, oh, I know it's coming now.
It's the same line of thinking. It's not that I remember them; it's that I predict them. Like, it's like, oh, if I were in this conversation, I would say this next.
That's exactly.
You don't know it, but there's a JoJo meme where it's like he would always say, "Your next words are going to be, whatever," and then someone's, and then the person says exactly those words right after. They're like, "Nani?" And that's kind of what it is. I'm always like, your next words will be, and then I'm always right.
Yeah, it's. I actually agree with you because like I've re-listened to some of the episodes, like some of the older ones, and I'm like, I don't even remember having these conversations. Like
I remember them in retrospect. Like after I hear them, I'm like, oh
yeah, a little bit. But like I was editing that last one a couple days after we did it, and I was like, I don't even know what's coming up next. Like this is all brand new content to me. So it's entertaining.
And honestly, I feel like my recorded voice sounds so different from my own mental image that I sometimes forget that it's me that I'm listening to.
I have that a little bit, yeah.
So it kind of adds to the like third person listening to your friend's simulator.
I don't know if any of the listeners will actually pick it up, but you switched microphones throughout some of the episodes. Like
I don't think they will.
No,
because to me it sounds the same.
Well, I mean, what it is it has a like or lower or a higher like background click on, so it edits out a lot of the background. Well, I don't know what the audio file term is, but it's
you mean like the threshold for it to record?
Yeah, and it won't pick up the background noise as much, and so it sounds a lot better. And like I've tweaked with my settings a little bit. And you said you actually noticed it before. I didn't notice it. To me, it sounds the same.
I noticed it. It sounded, I guess, better.
Excellent. I was gonna say better or worse, and yeah, so that's good that it sounds better. Like, well, because obviously that's what I'm going for. I don't want to make it sound worse. I mean, right, I do the YouTube channel, and I get comments all the time like, oh, like I got one today or the last week or whenever it was. It's like, oh, if you're not recording audiobooks, you need to go do that now. Like, and I was like, oh, thank you for that. But so that, does good things to my ego.
Send them a link. Say, what about a podcast?
Yeah. How about this one? So I feel like we have increased the sound quality, and definitely since I started doing started using the Adobe software to edit this, it's gotten, what used to take an hour to edit is now I'm getting it down to like 45 minutes to edit, now 30 minutes depending on how to do it.
I think that's what like the Complete Guide dudes said was kind of like their process too. Like they were really slow at first, but then they started to get pretty good at it.
Yeah, and now I've got kind of a workflow. I've got all the folders in right. I know when to export into MP3 and then import into a WAV and things like that. So, and it's like that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. Is not only there are actually a couple reasons why I really enjoy doing this podcast. One is because it's fun. It's like hanging out and we get to produce something. Two, I'm testing some marketing things without doing actual marketing. So like pure content marketing with just like tags on YouTube and things like that. And then
right, because we don't advertise anyway.
Right, and I don't run any ads or anything or market with anything like that.
I thought you did say that you did some kind of like picture post, like you posted a page.
I posted a couple of pages in the one-page thread and got some good replies. And then some people were like, "Oh, I don't see how this manga can go anywhere." I was like, "Don't you say that about." Just say that about my sword girl.
Don't you figure out the true secret yet?
Yeah, and
you have to become a follower first.
Another reason I wanted to do it was because of the Mike Rowe type of style, being able to ad lib and speak fluently a lot better. And I feel like it has, even for you, and I harp on you all the time about this, where you do a pause in your things.
I harp on myself for that.
Well, it's also, I feel like I've been able to improve, and I've actually seen you improve. So this is actually good for me. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it, is so that I could keep talking about things and kind of like, a lot of people stutter because they get into their head and they try and plan out what they're going to say beforehand.
That's what I do.
Yeah, but you can actually get into a flow state where you're like completely in the moment, and that's like the next level of speaking. And I feel like I can do that sometimes, and this really helps me get into it. There was another reason why I wanted to do this. I said 3 at the beginning, but I can't remember what the other one was. Just practice with the Adobe software and actually recording things, because I've done so many videos and recorded audio with teleprompters and commercials and things like that, but I've never done podcasts. So it's like, now this is a whole nother thing on my resume. I would never put this on my resume, but I can say that I've done it.
Like just saying,
well, it depends on what kind of job you're going for. Yeah.
I wouldn't be applying for any job where this is applicable, but maybe in like an interview kind of thing where it's like, tell me about yourself. Well, I'm a level 10 weeb lord, and I do a podcast.
Right, well, that's probably.
I'm gonna start writing stuff off.
Like, I do think it would be applicable at some time to set up a Patreon if people like maybe wanted something translated, or like maybe that's for like later on. I feel like if you wanted to make money and we could bring in more translators, if we ever get big, to like commission stuff.
Actually, I did want to mention sometime within the next few weeks that I'm open to manga suggestions, because I have like a 1 to 2 month period, maybe even 10 to 20 weeks, I don't remember, where I won't have a series to work on. Because I'll finish Sword Girl, and then I'll still at that point have like 2 to 4 more chapters left of Antarctica Girls, and I'm not gonna start that other one until I finish Antarctica Girls. Sky Pirates one.
We're going to get known as like the Scanlation team that picks up short mangas that you're not going to want to read because they're going to end.
Maybe. One guy did say in the comments something like,
that's
you
why
like short ones.
Saw it too, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we actually did talk about that in one of the episodes, I think, where it's like how to pick a that first episode.
1.
Yeah, how to pick a thing. Yeah.
But you could tell he wasn't a long time passenger.
I was thinking that because he was number 1, but it's I was thinking that what you could do is find a popular mangaka and see what else they released, and because they normally have like ones that are not like didn't get picked up, and like nobody's ever translated them. Yeah, like that's kind of what I feel like that's what Moe Panda Scans does, because I read it as like Mo Panga, which is ridiculous because it's Moe and it's Panda, but I'm thinking manga mixed with Moe. Like I'm already having to course correct on Moe, and I'm thinking manga, and I say Panda. It's a mess, but yeah. So far they haven't reached out to be on an episode, but I'm sure they will.
Well, I'm shocked.
I know. Oh, you know what you should do is I like that screen.
That's from this week's chapter.
Oh, excellent. From
of Antarctica Girls. Yeah.
Well, you should do.
It reminds me of the Konosuba OP. Remember that where they all do like that thumbs up.
Yeah. Is that the part where they're dancing? Yeah.
Yeah. I love how they like unenthusiastically dance like that.
Mm-hmm. That's what you should do is on the manga decks is include a link to the the
YouTube
and like I guess like idea. Just the overall page, or you could link to videos of like not an episode title obviously unless you wanted to change that every week, but I don't suggest that.
I don't know if I want to have guests on. I'm too autistic to talk to other humans.
We could even do it as in like not a real episode, but like as a special, like a special clip. I don't know. And to be honest, I wouldn't know how to do that anyway with the audio.
What would we even talk about?
But it could be something and just be like, we could ask them all the same questions that we went through. So like, how'd you guys pick like mangas? Like, what do you guys like?
Yeah,
you like
I guess so.
Cleaning? Like, what's your favorite Loli?
Hey, do you like cleaning?
Yeah. It's like, who's best girl? Like,
dude, I want to do that so bad, but there aren't enough big guy girls yet. But I want to do a tournament bracket.
Oh, of just big guy girls? Oh,
yeah. I could maybe squeeze out 12.
Then you'd have to hit some one shots. You could do some one shots.
Well, like one chapter.
Yeah. No, I mean like they have one shot mangas.
That are one chapter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you could find any, but like, where would you even?
Yeah, look? I don't know. I mean, I don't know where you find Raws anyway. So Raw.
I mean, I guess you'd have to go to like the Pixiv manga thing where people upload like their own fan stuff, or it's just like, or
just start translating Vor dojins.
No, only if they pay me money.
Furry Vor. There you
go. Probably diapers too, because that'll pay the most.
Oh, it's like that picture that was there the other day where it's like all these furry artists that were making tons and tons of money, like $20,000 a month by just like drawing like fan art. Dude, I don't understand.
I would hold my nose and sell out for that.
Dude, for $20,000 a month, yeah, like I'll learn to draw and help you do it. Like that's like that's a full-time job that can support both of us.
And a family, like dude, two families. I mean, like each of us could find a nice traditional waifu and then settle down.
Traditional cat girl.
We could just never tell anybody what our jobs are.
It's like, what are your jobs? It's like, oh, my husband, he's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of drugs? The worst kind. Anime.